everybody, Ben here for the Bonehead podcast, and it's WIP Wednesday time, so every Wednesday we get together and we have a look at all of the fantastic hobby projects that you guys have been working on. If you want to share what you've been brewing up, it doesn't have to be Blood Bowl, it can be anything at all. I would like some spaceships, please, guys. Drop us an email at theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com and share your work. Basically, what we want to do is every week just have a look at what everyone's doing so we all get a little bit of inspiration. And this is potentially some of the best stuff we've seen yet. Downloading the pictures and getting everything organised, we have got some great stuff. So, prepare to be inspired. And we're going to kick it off with some work from Ben, Bloodtithe Ben, and from Ian Warhammer. So Ben has just been going to town using his airbrush and using contrast and just doing some amazing stuff, and he's been painting up some Cursed City goodness. Cursed City, but look at the leather work he's done on this. It's ridiculous. Like, I love the shading with the gold, I love the shading with the metal, but the leather work there is just phenomenal, and you can see the miniature painted, the colours pop even more. He's painted up his ogre as well, which is his favourite miniature from the set, and done some great work on the basing, and he's got some bad guys done as well, or is working through his zombies. So it's really cool to see Ben doing some hobby magic, because the Cursed City box set is great. Shame it's completely been just destroyed by everything. And then there's this. So I figured we'd start out strong. So you guys will know of Ian Warhammer. He's been on the show multiple times. And he is an unnecessarily great painter. So we've been doing Cursed City, and we've been doing it using muted colours and directional lighting and stuff like that. And Ian thought, well, you know what? I've got a Skaven team I need to paint up. Why don't I give a go? And he did. So using a reverse zenithal spray, he's used pinpoint lighting and limited colours to create a really lovely Skaven team that he painted in about a day. He's been working on this only for a few days, and that was one, getting the mix right, and then two, just doing this. And mostly it is done with dry brushing, highlighting, and very limited colour palette. So he's gone back and touched up some of the skin, but I think it's a great effect. You can see some of the work he's done down here with the white painted lines on the warpstone bits, but it's just fantastic. And there's the whole team as it is. He's waiting for a rat ogre. I think he's just bought one of the old Warhammer Fantasy ones from Blood Island, I think. Ian likes to say LotR Games Workshop because he loves being put on their community Twitch stream, you know, and who wouldn't? So yeah, Ian has got his team there, and he's gone, and he's got everything. He's just missing his rat ogre. So I'm really excited to see these on the tabletop. He's done a great job, and it's a really cool way to paint up a different thing. Next up, we've got Christian von Bonin. Hey Ben, it's been a while. Really appreciate the material you're putting out. Games Workshop should give you something nice for hyping Blood Bowl 7s. Blood Bowl 7s hypes itself. Here's my undead team, the Crimson Gorfienz. Right, there's so much good stuff here that I cannot wait to delve into, and we've got a few other pictures of the team as well. They are the first team or unit I have ever finished for any game, and I've been in the hobby for 20 years. I really like the undead minis and converted many of them to be less identical positionals. Superb. The whites look too much like the skeletons in my opinion, so I gave them quick cloaks to differentiate them and strengthen their very fragile spines. That is a fair shout. My other mummy, OP Opt-Up Mist, has yet to kick a ball, but he has been known to bust armours. So you can see on the left hand side here, Christian has moved the leg of the mummy to change the pose up brilliantly. Now these whites, look at the work here, I love them. A little bit of change on the hand posing there on the left hand side, but not by much. But the inclusion of the cloaks and the horns on that helmet, great, absolutely brilliant. They do make the model look different. But guys, look at the painting here. We've seen some great glowy green effects from Ian. We've got more here from Christian. What a superb way to make the team pop. Excellent edge highlighting as well. The shading is superb. So the team is absolutely glorious. The ghouls are what I spent most of my time on, particularly at the conversion stage. They are converted from the base ghouls, a lot of green stuff, and milliput, as well as the Underworld's ghoul warband. I have picked that up because I was going to use it to build a couple of ghouls, and then I don't know what happened to it. It's with the wolf warband somewhere. Anyway, look at this. So we see we've got ghoul there that's normal-ish. Ghoul there that looks like it's had the heck converted. Just amazing. Really clever use of parts, and it genuinely looks like that would have taken some serious effort to get right. but it's paid off, and it's real paid off, because this is blooming love me. I mean, look at this. The painting's wonderful. Team looks great. I love the color coding for skills. I think we can assume that yellow is dodge. I don't know. Oh, cool. Got some cool bribe tokens as well. Let's... Could we do that? Finishing up the markers, we'll send some updates on them next week. Cow, could we pretty please get back to playing? Hey, we are not far off. In fact, you can play in gardens if you are willing to risk the rain. So, zombies here from Christian. In the zombies, I have my most recent recruit, my friend's Wood Elf lineman. Nice. That decided to join the team after one of my zombies accidentally tripped him over. I converted him almost a year ago, and the thriller pose was originally a happy accident I decided to build on. The ball as well as the bases are magnetized, and bonus points if you get the bribe reference. We'll have to come back to that, I think. Zombies look great. What a superb thing to do, using the conversion there. Taking a lineman from the team and converting up. That's what Blood Bowl should be about. That's a fantastic little themey thing to do. GNB. Grand National Bank? Is that How I Met Your Mother? I don't know. Maybe there's a different one. Anyway, Christian, team looks absolutely fantastic. We need a group shot. We need a group shot because that is absolutely awesome. We've got more awesome here. Some glowy green Skaven. Apparently there's a theme. So this is from Old Man Shredder. Hey Ben, Sweden here again. Got a chance to get painting again, and I've done 2 sevens teams. A Skaven one called Blighttown Black Rats, and a Pro Elf team for my friend. Been experimenting a bit with airbrush on these. Fantastic. That explains the glow kind of effect. So let's have a look at this team first. So this is the Blighttown Black Rats. So first of all, Gutter, 2 blitzers, thrower, 3 linemen is a solid roster for sevens when it comes to Skaven. I love the armor. The armor is really lovely, and I do like the flesh work you've done on the thrower particularly. But that is a beautifully glowy green team, and we got the Pro Elf team here as well. Man, that is orange. I struggle painting yellow, so you get so much respect for doing that. And I like the way the uniform kind of fades from yellow to orange as well. Very, you can kind of see there, yeah. That's really nicely done. Some cool little markers there. Team is looking wonderful. I do really like the skin tone, or at least the black like fur for that guy there is pretty good. I've also started my metal female wood elf team. Got a funny name there for them. And they are so tiny, but a fun challenge, and the tree is lovely. I'm going to try to go the extra mile on this team just because it's so delicate and fiddly. Cheers, and have a very fine spring and early summer now when the world opens up ever so slightly. Old Man Shredder, fantastic stuff. So who's this? This is the Grebo Wood Elf team. That tree is quite interesting. I wondered what that was. Okay, Grebo do some lovely miniatures, and they're moving away from metal really into the 3D printed stuff. Greeblood, and it is bloody lovely. So really a big fan of that. Thank you very much for sharing. Ooh, what a picture to bumble into. Graham, hey Ben, not sure if these pics are any use for you. Absolutely. Been messing around with bruising effects on my ogres and probably went a little bit over the top, but hey, it's Blood Bowl, right? Thrown in a couple of glart and some goblins too. Plenty of other more things should you want to see him. Graham, Bosch, and share them across. So, this is bruising work. That is awesome. I have never considered doing bruised skin tones. Oh, dude, that's brutal. He is having a terrible time. All right, earning the thick skull trait. Look, really lovely work there with the yellow bruising around the edges and that dark, visceral punch wound in the center of his face. That is fantastic. I have got a giant to paint up, and I've got a few bits of skin area that I think I can appropriately try a bit of your bruising techniques out on, because it's really, really, really good. And this is the goblin stuff. Wonderful. I love the blood spatter, but really love the hazard stripes. It's fantastic. Love the scheme. That yellow and black scheme is superb. And congratulations on getting that blooming stick on his side as well, because that's a pain in the side. And Glart looking really, really, really solid. Well done getting the eye and the spittle there with a little yellow on the outside just to make it extra grotesque. Glart is a big boy, and that is a really cool miniature. Graham, that's fantastic. Israel, My lizardmen team from Raven Twin. At the moment I'm working on this card template. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. So, Adge, 5+, Croxagore, Bonehead Loner. So this is the normal one. Zatsan, 140. Chameleon, Skinks, Dodge, On the Ball, Shadowing, Stunty. Nah, really cool. I think Games Workshop have released PDFs for these guys that you've got already. But I love the template work. That's really cool. That's going to be very useful if you come to design mercenaries. Nice work. Looking really, really, really cool there as well. What do we got next? We've got Rob. Hey Ben, I have some green on my Snotlings now and decided not to go with a variety of greens. Fair enough. You asked about the display board and goalposts the other week. The flagstones were done by basically and simply smearing on a layer of cheap grout adhesive. Blood Tithe Ben loves that kind of stuff. And when partly set, marking in the flagstones with a bristleless paintbrush. No sculpting needed. Genius. That is a very clever way to do that. And you can see, it looks really good. The finish is really good. I love the little patches of colour as well. That's come up really lovely. The goalposts are made by bamboo skewers carved up along the edges to make it look like roughly sawn wood. And pinned with cocktail sticks with string wrapped around for the extra support. Ah, that bit there. Nice. I've also included a picture of my halfling team. We'll come to that. So, this board is lovely. One of my favourite things we've seen on this show. I love display boards. I went through a phase of making a bunch using MDF and picture frames and stuff. My man shed is full of them. But team looks great and it looks awfully like a Sevens pitch, which I'm an extra big fan of. This team looks lovely. I love the work on the base. Okay, the skin is great. This is lovely highlighting on the fungus spore bomb. Again, lovely highlighting there. Oh man, Snotlings are so good. I did the formations for Snotlings yesterday, and it just reminded me of how much I love playing them. And in Blood Bowl 2020, they are so much better than in 2016. They're just so much fun. Love the work on the mushrooms. Excellent little object source lighting underneath. It's like they've gone to the range and bought a load of little mushroom lamps. Really cool. Oh, so this is the halfling team. The Hodgepodge villains from early 2020, as I know you like your stunties. Sadly, they were unable to see out the season, but did kill a troll outright as a farewell to cut this short season. I'm going to try and rebase the halflings to give them a display board too. Nice. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to your next season of Super Sevens. Oh, it's not going to be long before we get some games filmed again. This is wicked. I love this team. I'm assuming that's Deep Root, and these are the standard guys, but strong paint scheme. Looks really good. Love the colours. And you got some excellent highlighting work in there as well. That is a lovely little team. I like the classic trot. Whoa, got enough tokens. That's amazing. Oh, clever. If you're on your own little scatter template. That's brilliant. 2 apothecaries, all your bribes, kegs, re-rolls. Oh, that's fantastic. I take it you sculpted those. And the hot pot as well. What a miniature. Absolutely brilliant miniature. Harkens back to, I think, roundabout when I started playing Warhammer, actually. Maybe a little bit after, but just what a nonsense unit to have in Warhammer. Fits in brilliantly with Blood Bowl. So that's awesome. Rob, amazing stuff. Thank you. Ooh, Kevin. Hey Ben, update on the dwarves. The grudge bearers are ready for the field. So this is the 3rd edition dwarf metal team with some lovely bases. And is that the same edition dwarf for Death Roller? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Team looks lovely. Terrifying blue eyes there, Kevin. But I like it. Colour scheme is great. Excellent finish. Extra points for going all out with decals and stuff as well. I'm not very good at that. I need to get better at that. But I love these miniatures. I love the old school stuff. They're really small now. But come on. That's just amazing. And this dwarf team, I think, was the first team I got for 3rd edition. So the blue box edition. And it's just, they saw some games, and I love the classic Death Roller. It's not the classic Death Roller, but it's a classic Death Roller now. And then I think we've got Kevin's 2nd team, the Dwarf Giants. These are nearly done, a few details to touch up, and a machine of ingenuity still under construction. Yeah, I bet. If you've gone in for the new Games Workshop one, right. I know it's orange. I know I have a thing for orange because I can't paint orange, but this orange is a really good orange. Beautiful, beautiful work. I love the different shades of beards and some excellent edge highlighting there as well. That team really pops, man. You're going to have a really sweet underground league. Just ready for when we post those rules in a few weeks' time. I love the team. Yeah, which Death Roller are you going to be using, Kevin? Because Yeah, love it. Absolutely brilliant. Excellent work with the bases as well. Because I think you would have had to fill in. Yeah. Alright, really nice work actually, Kevin. You get extra points for that. Oh, it's the full-on Games Workshop one. Right, superb job painting it on the tabs. Those resin tabs are baffling until you use them for this. Also, the same case for Armada ships. If you're going to be doing Mantic Armada, they come on the resin plinths just like this. Just leave stuff on it. Clean it up, leave them on it. It's just brilliant. When you're painting resin as well, and you've got multi-piece kits like this one. Fantastic. Like the bright red orcs in the background as well. We do indeed. I did promise you there'd be a ton of cool stuff on this episode. Right, so we've got the tokens there for the dwarves, and then Kevin's got some more bits. Referees are conferring before the new season of Tabletop begins, perhaps all these strange-looking balls they've carried by coaches into practice. That's fair. Well, we've got the new rules as well. Let's have a cheeky look in the background there. So we've got Morg, you've got Grag and Crumbleberry, you've got the White Dwarf over there. You've got Grim. That's the Black Gobbo. Oh, Gretchen there. And Skrull. Nice. And RNE Studios Ogre, who I don't know who he's going to be. Don't know. Ah, you got Zug. Can't get wrong with Zug. Love the referees. You've got the original ones as well. And nice werewolf work there. And nice basing work using the crackle texture. Really cool. Great work on the referees. It's not there. That's a really good miniature. I know you've got the biased referees, but we need to see some rules for referees on pitches. And if Games Workshop don't do it, we're going to have to get you guys together and come up with some rules to have referees on pitches. I've seen too many NFL highlights where the referees get in the way and just get maimed. Yeah, look at that. That is a fantastic little horde of star players. How did you find building Gretchen and Skrull? They're quite fiddly, I found. Right, Orc team is coming along really, really nicely. And I think... No, don't have a name for that one. I know you like to see things through their stages. Here's some more early stages. This is it for me from April. That Orc team is going to look really good. Oh, and you've got a troll lined up as well. Is the troll for the Orc team? Because I like that. That is a strong build. And that is fantastic stuff, Kevin. Thank you ever so much for sharing. Got a little bit here from Sammy now. No Blood Bowl this time. These are two members of the Fisherman Guild for Guild Ball. I like both Guild Ball and Blood Bowl for different reasons. They're very different games, rules and gameplays wise. So, yeah, I mean, the miniatures are very different. They've got the war machine bases. Very cool, though. Really good paint job. Like, they look really lovely. Ah, I've lost my tab. There we go. Enhance. Really lovely paintwork, actually. And they're cool miniatures. I like that, Sammy. Thank you for sharing. Ah, trolls. My Klingon friend. Hi guys, this week I'm sending you nothing new as I have none. Instead, I thought I'd share my Journeyman project with you. For each team I tried to paint 1 or 2 linemen slightly out of uniform to use as Journeyman, and now legendary linemen, while still looking part of the team. Trolls, honestly, I wish you lived close to me because I could use your resources for the YouTube. That would be amazing. But I feel like it's a bit of a trek. Check out my other teams on my Instagram, painting_angry_dolls. As always, thanks for the great content. Trolls, your Klingon gets very close. Hey, it is my Klingon friend. Fantastic. I'm terribly sorry for being terribly British. I apologise to the world for that. I feel like that's probably fair. Right, so we've got lineman here and journeyman. Oh, slightly different trousers. Yeah, I love the Seahawks theme. That green on the gloves is just, you've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And with the slightly silver thing, yeah, no, I think that's a really clever way of doing it. And the rotter, because he doesn't have the fancy pants. And the skeleton being rusted as you like. That's brilliant as well. This is clever. The 80s uniforms and the 60s uniforms. White pants making the difference. That is a really clever way of doing it, right, Trolls? I think that's fantastic. Huge fan of that. Emma's back. Hey Ben, hope you're doing okay. Thanks for all the Death Zone content. Awesome as ever. Thank you very much. Death Zone is awesome. Here's my alternative, slightly smaller than normal, giant for the Death Zone rules. You inspired me with all your giant talk. Right there with you, Emma. Honestly, Ben and I have got something very giant planned. Right, here we go. Introducing Cruel Nog. So, how do I do this? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back to that. Also now my completed necro team, the Cursed Shambles. Where did I get the name from? Cursed Shambles. Yeah, alright. Oh, nice. Poor poor cursed city. Looks really, really cool. Sent you some of these in last week, so maybe a repeat if you come across my other email. Oh, I don't know. I may have missed that. I'm really sorry. So sorry, Emma. Right, team looks great. The necro stuff looks really great. Oh, I don't know if I've seen this, but I must have missed the email. I'm really sorry. I do that. I'm a bit hectic. Right, love it. Right, great work on the ghosts. Nihilak Oxide is a superb paint, unless you're me, and apparently I just go too thick with it. It works great on 6mm and 10mm ghosts, but I just fail at 28. This is wicked. Lovely, vibrant blue as well. Blue, black, and a bit of yellow to pop. The old pumpkin head is fantastic there as well. Ooh, we've got some green screen dudes. That's interesting. We could do some fun things with those. Great stuff. Love the basing as well. Consistent through, just looking graveyardy. I do like the blue. That's a really solid paint scheme. Love that. Here we go. This is the big boy. Introducing Cruel Nog. Little is known about him, but he seems to be a cross of human and ogroid who had his horns removed at birth. Also, his mane never grew in, which he's pretty angry about. Abandoned by both races, he's now found his home on the Blood Bowl exhibition circuit, where his services draw in large crowds, mainly due to his signature move of ripping a player's head off in one swift go. He's an ogroid with horns removed, mane and weapons removed, some green stuff, and the addition of a spare ogre head from a Blood Bowl ogre team for him to carry as a trophy. This is fantastic. I feel like this might only be our second or third giant. Orkster's sent a couple in, and the ogroid is a great shout actually, because miniature wise, yeah, he's probably about that big. You know, Coke can sized. It's probably a good size for a giant actually. I do have another giant here that I've printed for Milton, which is the lizardman one, which is a bit bigger. But that's the great thing about giants. As long as they fit on like a 60mm base, you are good to go. Whatever you've got. Or you can do what I did and just scale up. But this is a superb way of doing it. It's such a cool miniature. And because you've done the conversion work, it just looks like scarred skin. Fantastic. Like, I love this. This is a great miniature. Great conversion work. Excellent execution. Oh, gone with a dual tone skin as well, which just adds that weird creepy vibe. Emma, fantastic giant. We've got Stuart Shelley back. Hey Ben, last update on my Punga Necros. We've been watching this with great enjoyment, which I'm hoping to get finished this week. This time I've got a trio of zombies, the ghouls, and the wraiths. So this is, oh man, the Punga miniatures are so good. Like, I know I shouldn't be surprised because there's Punga everywhere, but they just look really good, and I know that's probably down to Mr. Shelley's paintwork here, but this is really, really lovely. Where to start? Where to start, guys? Where to start? Let's go with the ghosts. That's 2 for 2 now. 2 posts in a row. We've seen some lovely ghost textures. That is creepy. Creepy Nun. I've seen that movie. We all die. It's bad. And great highlight work there on the shoulder pad and armor. Really simple scheme, which is like a blue and that brown skin. Fantastic. Executes really well with that. Bit of stripes of white as well. It's just excellently executed there. Really lovely. This is just enough time to add the wraiths to the pledge after the news leaked about the wraiths replacing white. Nice. I've had real fun painting these. Can't wait to get started on my Tomb Kings next. I cannot wait for you to get started on your Tomb Kings next. I'm hoping that the Vortice one will land soon so I can get painting on some Tomb Kings. We kind of wanted to include them in the YouTube series, but they're just not here. So won't be featuring Tomb Kings. That's one little spoiler. What have we got? Oh, that's got to be Kara. Yeah. Hi Ben. As it turns out, I didn't need to grot up my models too much. In the end, they stand out well and the flaws are visible to me only. This is a nod of agreement. The orange dudes are fully done, other than the numbers on the bases. I would say they were fully done. Just beautiful colour work. Beautiful shading. Just beautiful. I love it. It's like if Tron was Blood Bowl, this team would win at it. Just fantastic. Lovely to see. Still have a few blockers, blitzers, goblins, and the troll to go. Oh, and the balls and tokens. Keeping a few lime in the side to cut up for troll armor for other teams. Nice. Maybe snotlings. Very, very nice. Keeping the troll for last as a reward. The Forge World troll is actually quite nice. I pinned the arms and wrists as the joints were super fine for heavier gaming piece. Yeah, Forge World resin, I'm assuming. Also, I'd rather I'd rather over-engineer it than have it break in a game. 100%. And to be fair, that is a really cool troll miniature. I love the extra armor it's got on it. But look, this team is wonderful. I cannot wait to get a full-on whack at it. And will the Snotlings be running the same team? Same colour, or are you going to go something that's slightly different? What? Just incredible glow. Ah, here we go. It's Jelly. Hey Ben, I hope I still made it in. Yes, you did. Been light on progress. Life and a bit of hobby fatigue got the better of me, and the minis were suffering because of it. That happens. Life has been pretty chaotic over here as well. The wedding went all squiffy, so we've had to move it, and bits can be moved, bits can't be moved. It's all just a lot of good fun. So I hope you're hanging in there, Jelly. I hope everyone's doing alright, actually. Just because the light at the end of the tunnel is getting nearer doesn't mean that we're not still in a dark hole. So stay strong. Picked up a brush again today after a little bit of a break and got some skin tones done. Finally figured out glazing, and it really helps blend it all together. Still have some detail work to do, but happy I picked up the brush again, hoping to have these guys done in the coming week. May Nuffle bless your dice. Greetings, Jelly. Fantastic. So we've gone from one orange lord to another orange lord. You may be lords, ladies, barons, dukes, I don't know. But to me, you're all painting royalty, and I think that's fair. So seeing some great work here on the Iron Warriors themed dwarves here from Jelly. And there we go. The Duke of Orange. No, wait. Having seen Sharp, is that the guy played by Paul Bettany? Prince of Orange, maybe. No one wants to be that guy. Ah, what a great episode of Sharp. Where will I be? Everywhere. Anyway, team is looking fantastic. I love that you got the Death Roller captain on the go, the driver. Just fantastic. I just can't wait to see this finished. I know you struggle a bit with this team because it's a bit samey. I did as well. He says that like I finished painting the whole thing. I just painted a 7s team. That was kind of enough, so props. But the thing is with the Dwarf team, when it's finished, it's so cohesive because it's similar, but it just looks fantastic. And let's face it, that Death Roller is a treat because it's the size of an Imperial Knight. Casey is up next. Morning, Boneheads. You know what they say about seeing a Snotling? There's a dozen more you don't see. Swarms of them. I realised trying to chain paint the entire team at once would only lead to sadness, so I started with the positionals. Thanks for all you do for the hobby, Casey. Brilliantly. Look, the positionals are fantastic. The great thing about the actual snots is they just paint up so quick. However, I didn't paint mine to this standard, so maybe the joke's on me. Skin tone's lovely, detail work is lovely. That belly difference is really cool. Very Yoshi, which just sings to me in so many levels. I love the Zelda moon there. You can tell I've been playing a lot of Nintendo with Tiff recently, can't you? We've got Yoshi Snotlings, we've got the Zelda moon. This is looking wicked, and I think you've done the right thing by choosing the most fun parts to paint. I think that's where I go with my 7s teams. I paint part of the team, and then when you come to finish it off, it doesn't take that long at all. That was great, Casey. Can't wait to see the rest of the team there. Have you built the pump wagons yet? That's going to be interesting. Nicholas, hey Ben. The Dark Elves are now finished and varnished. I feel they turned out quite nice. I think we would all agree with you, Nicholas. Maybe the gold T-tails make them look a little bit too bright? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Still no name for them. Got to figure out a nice punny one. For the next team, I've gone ahead and got the Goblins. Really like the green skins, and the Gobos seem like a very silly team, especially with the dirty players and secret weapons, which I might have ordered. And I get a strong feeling they'll be picking orange for the team colour. Good stuff. Keep up the good work, Ben. And everyone who sends in their stuff for WIP Wednesday. Motion seconded, Nicholas. Everybody who gets involved is a wonderful person. And if you're just watching and chilling, hopefully you find a way to be inspired by this. Hello, dog. Right. I love the green edging on this. It's fantastic. So no, the gold doesn't take anything away from it at all. It's a lovely Dark Elf team. I am a big fan of this, and it's looking like the vote on YouTube is Dark Elves winning again. It was Dark Elves versus Skaven at the moment. That would be Douglas, the dog, barking away in the background. Yeah, team is superb. If I have to use Dark Elves, I'm going to have to paint up some Witch Elves because I never painted them up in the first place. But looks lovely, and oh, that does look good actually. You need some assassins. They got better this edition, I promise. Oh, have I lost goblins? We've lost the goblins. We haven't seen the goblins, Nicholas, but awesome. I'm excited to see your goblins. Now we got Mark. Hey Ben, checking back in with the update for the week. Got to finish my Underworlds team for 7s. with base names and attempt at glow effect on the warpstone. So I've got the pictures of one around here, so we'll come to that in a minute. Also started work on basing my frozen undead team for the northern front. Tried to use pre-made bases and I think it works well. This is all foreshadowing, isn't it? And lastly, threw in a picture of the stars for my Imperial Nobility team last week, called the Ardenel Elites, after naming the 2 female linemen, Anna and Elsa. It was a fun project to paint and finish. Happy week, and as always, everybody stay awesome. The nameplates are great. The colours are fantastic. The freehand pops beautifully. Not only on the little scripture in the middle, but this, with the little stars. Really lovely. Really, really lovely. And I feel like we're going to have a bit more. Yes, I love this. So this has now just landed as Punga. No, wait. We'll be landing in a few days on the Punga Patreon. So I think I'm going to have to print out some of these guys. Got the Rat Ogre as well, because it's just such a lovely miniature. This team looks great. Which one were the ones you did the... So it's the Undead team with the pre-made bases. Yeah, they work brilliantly. The Frozen Undead team. Nice work on the snow there. And also having that little frozen effect on the miniatures. And I'm not sure if you've done it on purpose, but because of the way the lighting is, it just looks like it's frozen. And you see, I don't know, I think you may have done that on purpose because it looks great. But the little bits of snow and the white paint on the top there looks brilliant. Actually looks cold. Look at that. Honestly, Mark, that's brilliant. And then you got this team as well. That Underworld team for 7s is wicked. And yeah, Snotlings. I wonder if we'll be able to print those goblins at a smaller scale, because that would work brilliantly, especially like this lineman in the corner here. If you could print that at like, I don't know, 2/3 scale, I think that would work really well for a Snotling. Looking really great. And, oh yes, we've gone to Orkster here. Hey Ben, enjoy seeing everyone's progress with their models and painting efforts. As promised, I managed to complete the Welsh dragoons and associated star players, so now it's time for a team photo, which also meant I got to open my lizardman pitch up, which had sat in the box since ordering it until this team was painted. There's a team photo and then one of each group of players: Skinks, Chameleon, Saurus, Croxagore and star players. Fantastic. Let's see if we can... So, well, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Can I do this? I can do this. Alright, so we've got the chameleons here. Ooh, these guys are wicked. So this is the Crocs and the prone and stun marker. That's fantastic. Now we've seen these teams, this team be whipped, actually. But look at the great stripe work there. Like little details there. So there's 2 great things on this miniature that I can't help but point out. The stripe work and the fading on the red scales. Just absolutely beautiful, and it's great to see the Lizardman pitch up and about. I'm expecting to see that released, you know, again, because that was one of the first ones that sold out everywhere and caused carnage. I expect we'll see a reprint of that. The Sauruses, Saurii are fantastic as well. They're great miniatures. And then you've got your little skinks as well, who are just really sneaky, great players. Now... slan bases. Right, here we go. WIP Wednesday will see my UV cured pourable resin arrive and enable me to complete the bases for my slan team, which are the next team to be painted. Going for a pond effect with lily pads on the top, which the frogs will be standing on. Orkster. I am very excited for that. I can see where you're going with that, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Wicked star players as well. Look at these bad boys. That is just one heck of a miniature, isn't it? Man, tell you what, man, you do Blood Bowl real good. Look at the team there. Luckily for everybody, lizardmen are very expensive, so not every one of that's getting on the pitch at the same time, but man, absolutely awesome work there, Orkster. This is Stevie. Stephen knows. Hello, Benizons. It's mixed teams for me. Touched up the Wasteland United and made a start on my OWA. The Portaventura Punishers. Got an elf catcher and the female dwarf is my blitzer. She's from Willy Miniatures. Hope you're all well and stay safe. Until next time, Stevie126. Stevie, looking great. We had a look at this team last week. Looks like you've done some work on the horns there on the minor as well. A very cool Chaos Renegades team. Really good work. Some brilliant use of miniatures and conversions. Proper hobby project. Oh yeah, we got some OWA on the go here. That is a real strong paint job. Red and blue is classic. That is proper bright. So that'll be the human blitzer. And this... Oh, no, I was hoping we'd be able to get a little bit of a shot of the female blitzer in the corner for your blitzer piece. I can't quite get a good shot of it, I'm afraid. Team is looking good. Love the colours. It's a strong combo. And I love a good OWA team. I think they're underrated. I don't think they're going to be superb, but they are underrated. I think tier 2 is really solid in Blood Bowl 2020. Gareth, hey Ben, about a month ago you showed off some of my older 95 edition miniatures, and I said I'd send you some of my Black Orc team when they're done. Well, some of them are done now, and the Black Orcs are complete, although I noticed I missed the eyes when taking these. Eyes. Who paints eyes? Looking really good. Oh man, that is a very Pittsburgh Steelers scheme. Are you a sneaky Pittsburgh fan? How do you feel about keeping Roethlisberger for another year? That is nice. Really solid work. The black and the yellow combo really good. And excellent work on the green skin as well. Looking... What is this? Scroll down furiously. Gone for black armor, but haven't done the Ash and Grey highlighters. Personally don't like it. Dude, armor's great. Right. Also working on an OWA team. Going for a Lord of the Rings theme with a Treebeard Giant. Yes! 2 giants, 1 episode. And mine as well. 3 giants, 1 episode. Fantastic. Trying to everybody, get your giants out. Come on, let's do it. Trying to find the other Lord of the Rings characters so I convert them into Blood Bowl type poses. This may be a slow team though. Also played through a couple of Cursed City games last week and have all of them to paint yet as well. Absolutely. Loving your content. Keep up the great work, Gareth. Gareth, loving your great work. Nice. Okay. I love these 2 hobbits as your dudes for OWA. Man, I mean, you've got dwarves, you've got humans. I don't know who Legolas is going to be. Potentially your thrower? Like, that would work. Passing 3+ on the OWA, I think. But, dude, just Treebeard as a giant can be done. Ooh, that's tempting. That's tempting. Oh, no, Ben, you can print giants. Yeah, but that one's pretty. This is difficult. I'm probably going to do it, aren't I? Let me know if I should do this, because Gareth has inspired the heck out of me. Because giants. Absolutely awesome, Gareth. Thank you very much for sharing. And the last bit we've got today is Sammy again. Hey, here's another entry. I've been working on Sakana of Guild Ball's Fisherman Guild. Highlights, varnish, and grass on the base are still to be done. These minis are really cool. I'm confused by the weapon. I thought Guild Ball was a... Is it lacrosse? It's really cool to see different aesthetics. And the model looks really well cast and made. Guild Ball's tanked now, isn't it? I mean, looks a bit like a Klingon. So that's 2 Klingon references in 1 episode. Anyway, guys, that about wraps it up for today. A bit of a big episode, but I think you'll agree, some of our best stuff yet. So thank you, everybody, for sharing. Whether you're starting out or just being unnecessarily good, like a couple of you guys out there, share away. It's awesome to see what everyone's working on. I get unnecessarily distracted and inspired. I've got the teams to finish. I've got some giants that I've printed that I really don't need. But they're pretty. Look at it. It's so cool. It's so cool. Anyway, we will wrap up the show now. Thank you for sharing. theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com. WIP Wednesday. Let us know what you're working on. Giants. If you've got giants, let's see the giants. Let's see the giants. And next week, we'll look at giants. Bye-bye. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.